What do you want from theory alone?
0 would be nice.
We're in a race against the Nazis. Have a bomb.
Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer is a perfect movie to rewatch since it is full of intricate plot points and Easter eggs. Today, let's look at 5 crazy details that you missed while watching Oppenheimer. Warning, spoilers ahead. Poisoned apple. Nolan didn't make up the poisoned apple plot point. It's based on real-life events. Back when young J. Robert Oppenheimer was a college student at Cambridge, he was very depressed. He found the lectures to be uninteresting and lab work to be tedious. He left a poisoned apple for his mentor, Patrick Blackett, and he was almost expelled by the college authorities after they got to know about this. Oppenheimer and Einstein. Oppenheimer's conversation with Albert Einstein is one of the central points of the film, but this conversation was made up by Nolan. The two great scientists had their disagreements, but they admired each other. Different perspectives. Nolan tells us the story through 2 different lenses. There's the black and white for Lewis Strauss and the color perspective for Oppenheimer and his life. So what we see are events that took place between the 20s and the 60s, all told through these perspectives. Another way of looking at this is that the black and white segments are about nuclear fusion, which involves combining things to create something new. On the other hand, the color perspective is about fission, which shows how Oppenheimer's life and work disintegrates every passing year. Finally, these 2 storylines intersect when there's a discussion about the creation of a hydrogen bomb, which involves both processes, fusion and fission. Light before sound. Nolan is a stickler for detail. In Interstellar, he made sure that explosions in space were not heard, since space is largely a vacuum. Similarly, in Oppenheimer, Nolan insisted that every explosion would be seen much before the sound was audible, to stick to scientific principles. In the test detonation, we see the explosion and the fireball that develops, but we hear the sound only once the shockwave is visible. This makes perfect sense considering the light travels much faster than sound waves. Father of the bomb. Many viewers were left with the question, why is Oppenheimer considered the father of the bomb when it was clearly the result of a massive collaboration? That's because Oppenheimer was the human face behind the bomb. It was easy to discuss Oppenheimer with the general public since he was a mentor, improviser, and leader. While other scientists would have contributed in technical ways, it is difficult to explain that to the masses. But stories like how Oppenheimer borrowed silver bullion from the treasury since they weren't able to find enough copper for refining uranium are very marketable. And that's a wrap, movie lovers. What do you think about these crazy details from Oppenheimer? Let us know in the comments below.